Time is now 5:33 p.m. On Tuesday, September 9th, I'm calling to order the regular meeting of the Warwick School Committee. Ms. Tedeschi, would you please call the roll?
Mr. Galligan?
Here.
Ms. Hazelwood?
Here.
Mrs. Kirby Chapman?
Hello.
Mr. Wiggins?
Here.
Mr. Testa?
Here.
Thank you.
5 present, we have a quorum. At this time, I would ask everybody willing and able to please rise as we do the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you. At this point, we're on to the recognition portion of our meeting. We have a lot of great individuals from our school staff with us this evening as we honor the District Teacher of the Year winner and nominees. So at this time, I will be turning it over to Dr. Schultz for that presentation. And if my colleagues would like to join me down on the floor, please do so.
Good evening, everyone. I have the distinct honor of being able to present to many people tonight the honor of being nominated for the District Teacher of the Year for Warwick Public Schools. We had several people nominated this past year. All of them had incredible reasons why they were nominated. And I'd like to just go through briefly and highlight some things that their either their colleagues or their principals said about them in order to really bring their name to the forefront as incredible educators. We are very, very fortunate to have the following people with us. If it's okay with you, I'll bring you up one at a time, and then we'll take a big group picture. So the first nominee is Heather Wiberg-Sobczak, and I'm sorry if I massacred that last name, Heather, but let's give her a round of applause. Heather works here at VETS. Hi. She is the content lead for science and is a 7th grade science teacher. Some things that were highlighted here is that she's well respected by her peers in the administration. Her classroom is an active and engaging place. She is able to relate to the students and build relationships, which is very, very important. So, Heather, we have a beautiful certificate for you. Yes. Here you go. Thank you so much. Right, don't go anywhere, Heather. Thank you. Our next nominee that we'd like to say a few words about this evening is Christine Rahill. Yes, awesome. Chris Rahill is a grade 5 teacher at Cedar Hill, and she's also one of our district SEL leads. And I do have a few notes here to kind of highlight some of the things that, that Christine has done for us. And I'll read this verbatim. It is with great pride and admiration that I nominate Christine Rahill for District Teacher of the Year. Christine is an exceptional educator whose impact extends far beyond her own classroom, serving as a leader in our school community. Her own classroom is a model of high expectations, care, and support. Christine exemplifies teamwork, compassion, and excellence, making her an ideal candidate for this honor. Nice job. All right, thank you. All right, our next nominee is from the land of secondary schools. Michael Kazusko is, yes, awesome, thank you. Is a social studies teacher at Tollgate High School, and we have a lot of great things here about Mike. So he is everything, it says, that an instructional leader will want to see in a teacher. His classroom environment allows for instructional practices to soar. The questioning methods that he utilizes provide opportunities for the students to let the discussion flow amongst them. That is something that is not an easy task as a high school educator, so nice job, Mike. And any visit to his classroom at just about any time is a demonstration of collaboration, communication, problem solving, and critical thinking. So nice job, Michael. Thank you. Our next nominee is Beth Ann Raffinelli from Holloman Grade 2. Maybe I'll give this fabulous thing to you before I rattle it off. Yes. All right. Beth Ann Raffinelli's nomination came with about 5 pages of accolades. I just want to let everyone know. I will try to sum it up. But with nearly 3 decades of teaching experience, Beth Ann Raffinelli stands out as an exemplary second-grade educator. A proud graduate of Tollgate High School, Beth Ann's deep roots in the Warwick community are evident in her unwavering commitment to the students and families she serves. Her passion for education and vibrant personality bring a unique energy to Holloman, one that is truly infectious. She inspires both students and colleagues alike to approach each day with positivity, resilience, and a growth mindset, fostering a climate and culture that celebrates learning and collaboration. Nice job. Yeah. Thank you. Our next nominee is Katie Demers. She is is Katie here tonight? Oh, there she is. She is a health and phys ed teacher at Warwick NAC, and she also had a lot of great things said about her. The nomination says, we are writing to nominate Katie Demers for the District Teacher of the Year Award. Katie is a phys ed and health teacher who exemplifies the qualities of dedication, enthusiasm, and compassion, making her an outstanding candidate for this recognition. Her positive attitude and commitment to engaging all learners make her a standout educator. Nice job, Katie. All right, let me just go to the top of the group here. So our runner-up, and this was an extremely competitive process and very difficult to choose, is Jody Medeiros from Norwood School, grade 4. Here you go, Jody. Congrats. Thank you. I haven't hugged anybody else. I'm sorry that I didn't hug anybody else. I'm sorry, everybody. I'll hug you later, I promise. So Jody has taught at Norwood School for 7 years, has been a teacher in the district since 2011, and she goes above and beyond for students at Norwood each day. She's a continuous learner and willing to take on any new initiative or challenge. She not only participates, but takes on and dives deep into new learning and finds ways to best implement the learning for her students. Jody builds great relationships with those students, and she takes time to build these relationships with students and families to create a very warm and caring environment. Also, a note that I really loved is where it says, Jody takes the work seriously and knows how to have fun doing it. Students enjoy their classroom experience. They form safe and healthy learning environments and relationships. I love that. Nice job, Jody. Thank you. And last but not least, our District Teacher of the Year is Erin Wilson, our instructional coach at Scott and Hoxie Schools. Congratulations, Erin. All right, here you go. Yes, no problem. Erin is an incredibly dedicated educator, and she has been an instructional coach for the past few years and made a huge impact. She's involved in so many things across the district, professional learning community. She's modeled quality instruction for teachers at her 2 buildings and has led data chats, student-led conferences, really taken any district initiative and really pushed it forward to make it come to life. We are very fortunate to have Erin this year as our District Teacher of the Year. So congratulations to everyone who is nominated and who won. Excellent. Oh, sure. Yeah, that'd be great. Take a picture?
He didn't know he was doing this.
Yeah. Do you want my phone?
Want my phone, Danny? Yeah, yeah.
Yes. And Mike, I don't know you that well, but I'll hug you anyway. All right. Congratulations. Thank you. All right, where should I go? Front? we all are, right?
This guy.
No, it's just the PTO for Lippitt, right?
You can stay up here if you want with the PTO.
Sure.
Congratulations again to our District Teacher of the Year winner and all of our other nominees. We thank them for coming out tonight and celebrating with us as a school community. Speaking of school community, I think we're one of the best in the state when it comes to community and community pride. And Superintendent McCaffrey said it on the floor in council chambers. He talked about Warwick pride, and we're only as good of a community because of the people that are in it. Last month, we were very fortunate to celebrate one of our PTAs here in Warwick, Warwick Neck, for their outstanding award that they achieved for a second time. But this district is full of incredible PTA and PTOs, and they're incredible because of the people that make up those organizations. And tonight, I'm very happy that we're joined by some very young ladies who were unable to join us last month. They were rounding out their summer, likely partying somewhere on Block Island or elsewhere. But a little bit about this group. I'm fortunate to represent District 1 here in this city, and that includes Lippitt Elementary School in Ward 3. And the Lippitt Elementary PTO, I was able to, one of my first events with them was their back to school bash, the first year that I joined the school committee. And I mean, this group of individuals just takes things to the next level. And I know all of our PTAs and PTOs work very hard and they do incredible things. But when I walked into this back to school bash and there was a life-sized clipboard and pencil behind the incoming principal, I was just amazed. The Lippitt community has gone through substantial change over the last 3 or 4 years. And in addition to the great administrators and faculty at Lippitt, the PTO really helps bridge together the community and the school district over there. And these ladies did an incredible job. I'm so very fortunate to be able to represent that school, but have these individuals help foster such an incredible culture and community over there at Lippitt. So tonight, on behalf of my colleagues, Mr. Testa, Mr. Wiggins, Ms. Kirby Chapman, and Vice Chair Leah and Hazelwood, I just want to recognize you all here this evening. So please bear with me as I botch these last names. Okay. We have Carrie Diodati. If you'd like to come on down, come on down. I love it from an Irishman, too. Yvonne Below. Was that good? I'm trying. Shireen Dietz. Good. How did I do? Very good. And not last but not least, someone who's left their PTO now, Michelle Varecchia. Okay, we are now on to public comment on agenda items. Individual comments will be respectfully limited to 3 minutes per person, with public comment not to exceed 45 minutes. Though the content of comments will not be restricted, it is the hope of this committee that citizens, committee members, and the administration alike will be respectful of each other's right to speak, tolerant of different points of view, and mindful of everyone's time. This public comment period is for agenda items only. A second public comment session is available later in the meeting for all of the topics or concerns. Members of the public are permitted to speak during both public comment periods. Speakers are asked to state their name for the record. So for those new to our meetings, you can come on down to the podium to the left, my left here, and just turn the microphone on and state your name.
Push it up. Got it. Can you hear me? Okay. Mary Townsend, Special Ed Teacher Assistant, Wise Union President. No. Okay. All right, I don't need to say that again. I only have one question, which maybe will be answered during the meeting, but I noticed on the agenda the documents regarding Sunburst, the nursing agency, no cost, that manages nursing care. That always concerns me because nothing's free, so I have to say that. My second concern is that I would love some reassurance. I'm sorry that Jen Barber's not here, but I would love some reassurance that that is not going to affect the current contracts with the nursing agencies for those of us and those families who already have contracted nurses that work with their students in this district. So that's my concern. Hopefully, maybe we can get some answers. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Townsend.
Hello, Darlene Netco, teacher now starting year 38, getting old, and president of the Warwick Teachers Union. First, I want to congratulate all the members of the Warwick Teachers Union who were nominated for Teacher of the Year. They are outstanding teachers, and they represent the other 860 outstanding members of the Warwick Teachers Union who come to school every day and provide either classroom teaching for the students, or social work, or psychology. We've got psychologists, librarians, guidance counselors, and so on. So because of the dedication of the members of the Warwick Teachers Union, there are other people who help, but we have an outstanding district here. We are on the road as, to greatness. And as Mr. Galligan mentioned, what Mr. McCaffrey mentioned, we're one city and one school system, and we all work together for what's best for the students. And also congratulations to the Lippert PTO, because we do have outstanding PTSOs and PTAs and PTOs and so on in the district, and it takes everybody working together to make an outstanding district. I also want to refer to the budget, because I've been to almost every budget commission meeting, and at the last meeting, they actually voted to request some more money from the city. And they will be appearing before the City Council on September 22nd. So I think it is imperative for members of this school community to show up and to once again advocate for our school department receiving the funds that it needs. I've said it over and over again, but if in the remaining time I'll repeat it. The city underfunded our schools back in about 2009 or 2010, cut us 5% below the maintenance of effort, and the only city or town in the state that never returned it. So as this budget commission has been fine-tooth combing everything for the past couple of months and approving every last nut, bolt, wrench, whatever, and looking for money here and there, I think they've left no stone unturned. And I think if you go back and look at the minutes, unfortunately, the meetings were not recorded.
30 seconds.
But there are extensive minutes. You can see that they have proven, and our finance department has proven, that this school system was underfunded back in May when the city approved the budget, and it's time to properly fund us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jacob Medor, Warwick resident, Warwick graduate, and Warwick educator. Previously, I've come up here because I wasn't shy regarding my concerns regarding the new high schools, primarily regarding teacher spaces and classroom spaces. I have also not been shy regarding the lack of responses and answers from left field. With that said, in the spirit of recognition, I would like to acknowledge publicly and thank Chairman Galligan for his efforts in helping me get those answers. He literally responded within 1 minute, quickest email reply I have ever gotten. And I would also like to publicly thank and acknowledge Superintendent McCaffrey for going above and beyond, would be an understatement. And I feel a lot more comfortable, and I know some of my colleagues feel a lot more comfortable as well. And I think my sincere hope is going forward, all members of the process can take a page out of our leaders' playbook on regarding transparency and respect for all stakeholders, taxpayers, educators, and everyone in between. And Warwick is lucky to have you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other members of the public wishing to comment? Any other members of the public wishing to comment? Jake? Nothing? Nothing, okay. Any other members of the public wishing to comment? Seeing none, we're on to recommended actions. First item, routine matters. I'm looking for a motion to move approval minutes of public session August 19, 2025. Made by Mr. Testa, seconded by Mr. Wiggins. All those in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries 5-0. I'm looking for a motion to move approval of minutes of executive session August 19, 2025.
So moved.
Made by Mr. Testa.
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Wiggins and Ms. Hazelwood. All those in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries 5-0. I'm looking for a motion to move approval of warrants September 9, 2025.
Move approval.
What are you guys laughing about? Made by Mr. Wiggins and Ms. Hazelwood. Is there a second? I'll second it. And Mr. Testa, Ms. Kirby Chapman. All those in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries 5-0. On to Ms. Ruggieri for announcements. Personnel is presented.
Good evening, Mr. Chair and members of the school committee. We have a bit of a shorter list tonight than we did last month, but nonetheless, we still would like to welcome our new folks and bid adieu to those who are leaving. We have 2 wise retirements in December before us tonight that need your approval. Carol DeTroya at Veterans Middle School in the main office with 24 years of service, and Paul Gregson, a custodian at Welk with 25 years of service.
Looking for a motion to adopt the personnel as presented.
So moved.
Made by Mr. Testa.
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Wiggins and Ms. Hazelwood. All those in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Ms. Ruggieri.
Thank you. Before us tonight, we also have 2 resignations in need of a vote. Ahmad Ali, math teacher at Tollgate High School, and Christine Camacho, teacher assistant at Scott Elementary School.
Move approval.
Looking for a motion to move approval made by Mr. Testa.
Second.
Seconded by Ms. Hazelwood. All those in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries 5-0.
Thank you. And now on to our courtesy announcements of our new appointments. Our first 3 members are no stranger to us. They're just in a different capacity now. So now we would like to congratulate Donna Higgins as the Director of Facilities and Operations, Eric Hool as the Manager of Facilities and Operations, and Dr. Sabrina Antonelli as the Director of Curriculum Instruction Assessment and MTSS. On for our new hires. Yes. We also welcome Amy Walker as an MLL teacher at Hoxian Park, Abigail Poole, science teacher category 1 at Windman Middle School. Just for edification for the public, category 1 means that there's a teacher on leave of absence, so we put in a teacher to cover that position while they're out. So again, we welcome Abigail Poole. Beverly Smith, 40% reading specialist at the Career Center. Samuel Perrin, social studies teacher at Veterans Middle School. Brianna DeLuca, visual arts teacher at Pilgrim. And finally, another category 1 teacher, Allison Yako, as a speech language pathologist at Vets Middle School, Tollgate, and St. Kevin's. We welcome everyone to the district and hope you all have a great year. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Geary. And just on behalf of the school committee, we welcome all of our new employees to the district. We are now on to donations and correspondence. There are no donations or correspondence for this committee this evening. We're on to the adoption of policies. There are no policies before this committee this evening, bringing us to section G, new business. First item of business before this body, discussion update, capital and construction projects update. Mr. Gothberg.
Good evening. Quick update on summer projects at Holloman. The stage lift is waiting for the state inspector. That's the last big hurdle at there. And then there were some minor items reported today that are warranties by the custodian, and they will be addressed between this week and next. Summer projects, all work is completed. There was one report of an issue with door A6 at Park, and that will be addressed this week. And we had a bad door buzzer that was existing at Park that's going to be replaced by facilities hopefully this week. Scott Septic, no further movement as of today. We did find that the property we are requesting to connect to feeds up to the existing tollgate system that runs through the tollgate complex. We're attempting to figure out how this came about, as the parcel is not part of the original 1985 agreement that allowed the use by a lot of the Route 2 commercial properties to pump up through the tollgate system. Hopefully we can use this as leverage to make the Scott connection happen. We'll find out. Meanwhile, as a hedge against the sewer connection agreement falling through, we've asked the architect and engineer to forward a proposal for septic design and potential locations at Scott. Future projects, designs for the Vets, Lippert, and Welk door projects are underway. We're waiting for the proposal for the electrical upgrade at Vets from the architect and engineer, and we'll move forward with that design work. The Governor's Commission on Disabilities and Deficiencies report has been sent to the architect for review and discussion on the best way to approach and move forward, and we'll meet with that team the week of 9/29. Also, any questions on projects before I move on to?
If I may.
Mr. Testa.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Gothberg, I just want to chime in a little bit on the Scott septic sewer thing. I'm hopeful, you use the word leverage, and I'm going to be kind here, that we're going to be able to do something, because I don't like to be blunt. I don't like for this district to be screwed. I'm not, what little I know so far, I'm not happy with the property owners. So whatever leverage we have, I would like us to exercise, and that's how we have very good legal counsel.
We're waiting to get our ducks in a row before we move
Yes.
a little
Thank
further
you.
forward.
Anyone else? Ms. Kirby Chapman.
Sorry. So when I was going through the folders, and I noticed that I saw a lot of the furniture of the outdoor spaces, are those being distributed equally through all the elementary schools that are listed on this page? The furniture, the outdoor space furniture?
I'm not dealing with that particular item.
Oh, wrong folder, my bad.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
Thank you. Any other members of the committee with questions or comments for Mr. Gothberg on the
Mr. Chair? Yeah,
Yes, go
just
ahead.
amend my remarks. I used the wrong word, not screwed. Milked.
Okay.
That's the word. Thank you.
This is the most angry I've seen Mr. Testa in 2.5 years. And I can't believe that he just used that word. Mr. Wiggins, do you have something, or you're good? All right. Mr. Gothberg.
Last month, the committee asked for us to come forward with the amount of money left in the bonds. In your packet, there's a list of completed Bond 1 projects and completed Bond 2 projects to date. Bond 1, between doing well on all the projects that we've done, there's approximately $317,310 left over there, which after talking to RIDE, we can move over to using Bond 2 projects. And Bond 2, we have a gross net, that's kind of an oxymoron there, but we have 11,385,000 left. If we project the upcoming projects with our rough estimates, we have left, that's including the Scott Septic, the Governor's Commission on Disabilities, what we project we have to spend there, the Welk, Lippert, Vets Doors, and the Vets Electrical. We should have approximately 8.4 million left. If you tie in the 300 plus left from Bond 1, we'll have right around 8.7 million left. And what we plan to do is the next building committee bring forward a list of potential projects that we feel that can be done with this money, and then seeking their approval, bring it here in October to this committee for a final decision on where to go with that money.
Any questions on that, or statements, comments, jokes? No, I appreciate that you guys are going to start to prepare a list of initiatives to then go after with the remaining, approximate $8.3 million. And I do appreciate that you've also listed the upcoming Bond 2 projects, the Welk doors, the Lippert doors, the Vets doors, Vets electrical upgrades, and the Scott Septic and Sewer. And to my colleague, Mr. Tessa's point, I'm hoping that, that sewer project and everything else that cost will further be refined, and we could put more money back into that $8.3 million balance there. On the Governor's Commission on Disabilities, that $810,000, that covers the list of all deficiencies they've identified at polling locations, correct?
Best we can rough estimate, correct. Mr. Oliver and I sat down and went over this pretty well. They're probably a little strong in our estimate. We try to do that so that we don't come up short. So that's our best estimate at this point in time.
Okay. And with respect to coming back before us in October, could you please, of that $810,000, kind of quantify the dollar amount that would be invested into the Gorton facility? Because, as you know, long term, we're looking at, do we maintain that facility, relocate central administration, and other functions within that facility? And so it'd be really good to know what's the total dollar figure in that 810.
Not much there.
Not much there.
No, really, that's just painting lines. The handicap lines and signage are not correct. They're not to code, so that would just be the change there. Because we do have an elevator, and we're in pretty decent shape there.
Okay.
Okay.
And just one more time for me, taking a step back on the park matter, the door issue. Do you have an idea, rough estimate of when that will be rectified?
He said he'd send somebody tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Great.
talked to him this afternoon, and he said because the call came in late, and I contacted him immediately. He said he'd send his man out tomorrow morning.
Great. Thank
Okay.
you. Any other questions, comments for Mr. Gothberg? Nope. Thank you, sir. We're on to item 2, discussion update, high school's project update as presented by Left Field.
Good evening. I'm going to start this month's update with the Pilgrim Project. As we know, the contaminated soil remediation approach that we're planning for involves removing the top 2 feet of soil on that eastern portion of the site where we have our contaminants. The next critical step in that process is going to be to do yet more testing to further characterize the soil, and that is to meet the requirements of the soil receiving facilities, the disposal sites that we're targeting to use for this purpose. So that sampling actually starts bright and early tomorrow morning with the help of our environmental engineer, Ty and Bond, and with our site subcontractor, Endimio. So we will get those lab results back. In the small chance that those results present evidence that we do in fact have some clean areas where we might not need to export, we will adjust our remedial action plan accordingly, and we might be able to export less material. It might save us a little bit of time and cost, but that's all to be determined. We don't know that, and we're not going to know really anything for about 2 weeks when we get all of our lab test results back. But in any case, the next step after that would be to go to RIDE for the approval to proceed with the cleanup process. and then we start trucking that soil off-site. I'll pivot over to tollgate. The bidding process is now ongoing for the balance of the trades that aren't yet awarded, not yet awarded by our early release package. The totality of these is going to be the basis for our tollgate guaranteed maximum price. We're looking at a bid and GMP review period that's going to take us through this month, and through October as well. We're planning to have a GMP before you to present for the November meeting cycle. And just quickly, the construction progress updates at Tollgate. The Drumrock School is demolished and totally removed from the site. Tree clearing and rock blasting is continued. Blasting is expected to go through mid-September. Right now, we're actually installing the formwork for our first concrete pour in the south section of the new building. That's a really significant milestone, so I think it's sort of worth celebrating. On that note, we are planning for a rather significant update to our project website that's going to feature some construction photos and videos so that the public can see this exciting progress that's happening out there. We'll have that to roll out by next month's committee meeting, so thank you.
Any questions from members of the committee for Mr. Bates? Mr. Testa.
Thank you. Mr. Bates, on the Pilgrim soil, so are we looking at about a month, if all goes well, before we actually are starting to remove that soil? About 3 weeks to 4 weeks?
Trucking best case will probably start in October. So that's our best estimate at this point.
And then how long, roughly, would it take to?
Could take a couple of months.
Just to excavate and then?
We're looking to spend 2 to 3 months of doing very little, but trucking soil on and off the site.
Right, okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Testa. Anyone else? My one question would be, just to clarify, or for the public's edification, though you're not going to be digging into the soil until roughly October, site work is going to start to begin over there, right? We have the fencing that's up, the screens. Can we expect anything else that will help show the project is moving forward and hopefully?
We've removed Connex boxes. We're going to move items off-site to clear the way. We put the fencing up, as you said. There have been some limited things that Dimio's been given the permission to do by RIDEM, just to kind of keep the enabling process going and have us ready so that we are given the green light by RIDEM. We're full steam ahead.
Okay, great. Thank you. All right, we're on to item 3, discussion action. Looking for a motion to move approval of Dimio pre-GMP additional cost releases.
So moved.
Made by Mr. Testa and Ms. Hazelwood, seconded. Any discussion or questions for left field on the Dimio pre-GMP additional cost releases? Nope. Mr. Testa.
Mr. Chair, if I may, Mr. Bates, all this is another draw on the agreement we have with them. This isn't additional funding. This is a draw.
That's right.
On existing.
It's not an addition, and it's
Okay.
all going to get folded into the GMP in November.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure, because somebody might think it's additional money, and it's not. Okay.
It's not, no.
Thank you.
Great. Anyone else? Seeing none, all those in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries 5-0. We're now on to item 4, discussion update, proposed FY26 budget update as presented by Mr. Enos. And thank you, Mr. Bates.
Good evening, everyone. Just wanted to give you a brief update on the fiscal year 26 Budget Commission approved budget that was approved last week. Last week, they approved a budget to present to the City Council of $201,442,834.28. That was, obviously, that is more than what the school committee budget was approved. So some of the drivers in that were that the personnel section was not complete. You all made a decision based upon the information that you had, but that information was not complete. This information that we have now is complete. So we have a thorough personnel listing of who works where, who's funded by a grant, by which grant, which we've never had. So that's primarily where a lot of the increases took place. When you take into consideration the revenue that was appropriated by the city, there's a revenue shortfall. They call it a deficit. I call it a shortfall because they didn't give us enough money. With the expenses of over $201 million, the total revenue with the city appropriation, our state appropriation, miscellaneous, and Medicaid, that brings the total revenue to $197,041,446. That creates a revenue shortfall of approximately $4.4 million. So to address that shortfall, the superintendent and I were discussing about taking some of our capital funds out of the West Bay Health. So we can use approximately $2 million of that to reduce the costs of the increase for healthcare that we had. And if we look at increasing the Medicaid revenue, we're probably going to end the year closer to about 2.1 million. We budgeted 1.75, so bringing that up to 1.85. And with the increase fees that I'll be bringing to you to increase the building fees, so we're increasing that by $100,000. So if we subtract 2.2 million from that, we're looking at asking the city for additional funds of 2.2 million. The Budget Commission approved this, and as was mentioned earlier, this is what's going to be going forward to the City Council next week. A couple items that I did want to mention to you. One, the city, at one of the Budget Commission meetings, they were talking about, we were approving a contract for Rhode Island Student Assistant Services, which provides drug and alcohol counseling in our schools. One of the Budget Commission members said, doesn't the city have opioid settlement funds? We approached the city about that. Yes, they do. So the city at the meeting next week on the 22nd, Director Prodger is going to be approaching the City Council for approval to draw down $152,000 of funds to cover that cost for us. The other piece within the budget, the mayor is taking care of the $1.2 million in previous deficits that we have had, because there was a $244,000 amount that was contained within the budget. The mayor has agreed to cover those previous sets, not the one from this past year, but in terms of that, so that's good. So next week, we're hopeful that this will go forward with the City Council and we will be all set from there. Once this gets approved, then the next step will be for the deficit reduction plan to be developed and approved by the Budget Commission. So that's all I have. Thank you.
Great. Any comments from members of the committee? Mr. Testa.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Enos, thank you. You know, back in April when we had our budget meeting, before you came here, you weren't in that seat. I sat here and I questioned the salary line. I said, because I wouldn't want to come back here in October with a $4 million problem. I guess my Nostradamus gene, I was a little late. But I questioned previous people about that, and they were comfortable with the number, and like you said, I mean, it wasn't accurate. So I just want to say that I think you're the right person at the right time to step in here. And so I'm grateful for the work that you've done. Taking the $2 million drawdown from WB it's essentially a structural deficit for next year.
Correct.
Right?
It's not ideal.
No, understood. Understood. And the last thing I'll just say is on the student assistance, isn't that in our packets to approve tonight? I thought I saw that. I thought it was 135,000 or so. So would we want to make sure we pull that out? Okay, thank you. That's it. Thank you, Mr. Enos.
Thank you, Mr. Testa. Mr. Wiggins.
I just want to concur with your leadership and what you've done since that meeting when we did not know where we stood. to get where we are today with the work that your team and staff have done in a very short period of time. You certainly have changed the entire, what we believe up here. Like I said, we took what we had at that time that was incorrect, and you're making it very clear to us that what we're getting here today is correct.
Yep.
And outside of this time, to make sure that we know that it's correct. So we thank you for all you do, and looking forward to you and your work with the Budget Commission
you.
on the
Thank you.
the 5-year plan.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? I just want to comment, thank you to you and your team. You know, I share in the sentiments of my colleagues. You've come in, you've done a fantastic job. Just a few very high-level questions. So, through the process of developing this budget that now the Budget Commission is going to be presenting to the City Council, would it appear as though most of the, if not all, with the exception of one expense, has been approved? That they agree with all of the expenditures passed
Correct.
by this committee and the
Yep,
administration?
we have, as was said earlier, every stone has been turned over.
Okay. All right. And yeah, I'll leave it at that. I want to also publicly express my thanks to the Budget Commission for their collaboration in working with you and your office, and as well as the City Finance Department. Ms. Prodger, she's been great. So I'm happy that you guys are forming a relationship there and opening up the lines of communication. So.
Yeah, and if I could just add, again, you know, I have a great team. I have a great team. I have a great administrative team, and I think I have a great superintendent. So it's just...
Go easy. We're going to have to pay him more, and you know the money's not in the budget, so...
And yes, you know, I come from the point of, you know, we are all one, and what we do impacts the city. It is imperative that we work together as a team. So, thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments from members of the committee?
I feel
Ms.
like we
Hazel.
have a dream team going on here.
It's good
I've
stuff.
said it before, I'll say it again. It's like a dream team. We've got good people in places, and we're moving in the right direction, for sure.
Agreed. Anyone else? Nope. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Enos. We're now on to item 5, discussion update. Superintendent update as presented by Superintendent Mr. McCaffrey.
Mr. Chair, members of the school committee, I've had the opportunity to visit all our district schools over the past few weeks, and we've started this school year on a strong note. The buildings have been thoroughly cleaned and look great. I want to take a moment to thank our maintenance division. The buildings truly look great. Thank you, Donna, and your team. I want to thank our administrators, teachers, and staff for leading in the classrooms and schools, and I want to thank families for your support and partnership with us. Most of all, I want to thank our students. You are the heart of our schools and the inspiration for every great thing that happens in Warwick. Last year brought financial challenges for our district, but today the picture is different. Working with the Budget Commission, we have developed a budget for the 25-26 school year that supports students. Construction is advancing on our 2 brand new high schools, Pilgrim and Tollgate. Tollgate's foundation work is starting this week. Renovation of Holloman Elementary School is complete, and we had a great ribbon cutting ceremony that was well attended by the community. These improvements are about more than school buildings. They represent a community building our future. To me, it's about Warwick pride. Look what we can do when we all work together. Across the district, we are seeing encouraging signs of progress. Women Middle School became the first public middle school in Rhode Island to earn accreditation from the New England Association of Secondary Schools and Colleges. Sherman Elementary School was recognized by Governor McKee recently and the Rhode Island Department of Education as one of the most improved schools in the state for student attendance. Pilgrim High School rose in the U.S. News and World Report rankings, and both of our high schools have shown positive trends in advanced placement results. These are achievements worth celebrating and to be proud of as a school community. Mr. Chair, members of the school committee, this is my report for the month of September. I want to let you know that we are ready for growth, pride, and success in Warwick schools this coming year.
Thank you, Superintendent. Any comments or questions for the superintendent? Ms. Kirby-Chapman.
I just want to say thank you for acknowledging the maintenance. They are the backbone of our schools, and I'm so grateful that you said that. Thank you for the maintenance, for sure. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Kirby-Chapman. Any other members of the committee? Great. Thank you, Superintendent. We're now on to item 6. I'm looking for a motion to move approval, discussion action, contract award, Sunburst contract, no cost for nursing services, as presented by Ms. Barber.
So moved.
Made by Mr. Testa.
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Wiggins and Ms. Hazelwood. Any questions regarding this?
I do have.
Mr. Testa.
Mr. Chair, I have a question. I don't expect an answer if Ms. Barber's not here. On the document itself, item 1B, it says SWA agrees to act as client's purchasing agent. As client's purchasing agent, SWA will enter into staffing supplier agreements with staffing suppliers, et cetera, et cetera. So to Ms. Townsend's point, I think we may already have contracts in place with some nursing services, so we just want to make sure that nothing in this agreement contravenes those. That's all. So that would be an administration question. Mr. Chair, yes? Anyone?
Hi, thank you. I sat in on the call with Special Services for this program. Director Barbara asked me to. Cranston uses this. They discussed it amongst her peers in the directors' meetings, and Cranston has had very good success with it. So we sat through the meeting. I too had the same question that Ms. Townsend had. I also questioned, nothing is free. How can we do this for free? If this doesn't affect any of our current contracted services that we have. This is for if there's a day where a nurse calls in sick and we don't have someone to cover it, and then a student unfortunately has to stay home from school that day. This is to be able to triage in the morning so that this Sunburst utilizes all of the nursing companies rather than Ms. Miller having to call each one individually. They have a pool of people that they can get at a moment's notice. So it's basically just to fulfill those absences where we really need somebody to come in for students. And on the occasion, we pretty much do internal recruiting for our building nurses, but on occasion we have none. We could also utilize their services for that. As I said in the memo, they also do other specialists, OT, PT, social workers. We're starting with nursing right now to see how that will work. We had legal counsel comb through this contract. We went back and forth probably about 3 or 4 times, negotiating changes, and also we've run it through our insurer to make sure the insurance piece matched. So we feel like this is a great way to pilot this program on a smaller scale with no cost to the district. There is a clause in there, just no cost to get out of it, 45 days written notice. If we find it's not working, we just give them notice and we're out.
Okay, thanks. So any financial arrangement would be between Sunburst and whoever else they're contracting with, for lack of a better word.
Correct, and I
That's
asked that, you're getting your commission from them. Who's to say you're not going to then raise your rates for us? And they said that's not how it works. The Bayada and the other nursing agencies give them a small percentage to make sure that their nurses are working.
Okay, thank you. So it sounds like it's been heavily vetted, so that's fine with me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Testa. And thank you, Mr. Jerry, for presenting that. Any other questions or comments from members of the committee? Seeing none, all those in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries 5-0. We're now on to item 7, discussion action, approval FY26 September expenditures. I'm looking for a motion to move approval on the bid awards. Made by Ms. Hazelwood.
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Wiggins. Any discussion on any items within the bid award folder? There were 3 bids within that folder for the public's knowledge. Ms. Kirby-Chapman. Yes, go ahead.
So in going with the outdoor spaces, there was a bunch of really cool furniture. Is that being distributed through all of the elementaries, just the elementaries that were on the list? I think it's great, by the way. They look awesome.
Sure. It depended on, sorry, let me move this closer. It depended on which schools. Some schools had what they called permanent fixtures, but in reviewing what the projects looked like at the end, we decided to allot a certain amount of money to each school. And so Cedar Hill, Greenwood, Hoxie, and Wyman each got $25,000 from the grant. So they were able to buy a good amount of furniture. And then Norwood, Oakland Beach, and Robertson all had those permanent fixtures, but we felt like they needed a little more too. And so we gave them up to $10,000 to spend. So we tried to keep it even as much as we could. I mean, some were a little over, some were a little less, but around that ballpark to make it fair.
Oh, so they chose their own furniture to add to the space?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep. Sure.
All set? Cool. Anyone else? Okay. So all those in favor of the 3 recs under bid awards?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries 5-0. I'm looking for a motion to move approval on general funded requisitions. Made by Mr. Testa.
Second?
Seconded by Ms. Hazelwood. Any discussion on the general funded? Yes, Mr.
Chair,
Testa.
I have a quick question for maybe Mr. Napolillo or maybe Mr. Enos. 2 of the items, they're referenced by board, which for the public's edification is, it's a consortium, it's a buying consortium, and they leverage the buying power of the state of Texas. And I only bring it up because rarely have I ever seen us referenced by board in a memo, so, because it can be advantageous, right? So is that something your experience with you've used quite often?
Yes, yep.
Okay, so I don't know how often we've used it, whether this is just a change in how we write memos up, maybe in the past we have been using it, I don't know, but.
Yeah, and that's in our search to find the best price.
Okay, because you can do everything with it. You can buy energy, you can buy buses, you can buy supplies, everything. Okay, thank you.
The edification count is at 2 on the evening. Filling in council down here. Any other questions? Nope. See none. All those in favor of the general funded requisitions as presented?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries 5-0. And for the public's knowledge, Purchase Rec 22983, the Rhode Island Student Assistance requisition that my colleague Mr. Testa brought up earlier and that was noted that is in our packets this evening, council advised us that we would still pass it as a committee on behalf of the school district, and then now the finance department can bring it forward to the city. So that is why we did not remove it from that purchase packet. And last but not least, I'm looking for a motion to move approval on the grant-funded requisitions as presented.
So
Made by
moved.
Mr. Testa, Ms. Hazelwood, seconded by Mr. Wiggins. Any questions on grant-funded requisitions? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries 5-0. We're now on to the second public comment portion of our meeting. Individual comments will be respectfully limited to 3 minutes per person, with public comment not to exceed 45 minutes. Though the content of comments will not be restricted, it is the hope of this committee that citizens, committee members, and the administration alike will be respectful of each other's right to speak, tolerant of different points of view, and mindful of everyone's time. This public comment period is for general comments or concerns. Speakers are asked to state their name for the record. If you did speak earlier in the meeting, you're more than welcome to speak again. Again, if you've entered the meeting late, it's the podium down here to the left. Please make sure the microphone is on and state your name for the record.
Mary Townsend, Wise Union President, Special Education Teacher Assistant. I first want to thank Kim Ruggieri for answering the questions about the Sunburst contract. I hadn't noticed it, so I hadn't had a chance to ask, so I appreciate that. Thank you. My second thing was, I wanted to thank Kristen Murray and Paul Heatherton for organizing the professional development for the teacher assistants this year. They put together the grant that supported the SEL learning from the Bradley Exchange and our CPI training in the afternoon. It was unfortunate that the Budget Commission had not approved the purchase of the training manuals for our training, but we have since received them. I have one more thing, because it's a follow-up on an email that I sent to you earlier, and that way I don't have to belabor it. There was an example that came up tonight about Park School needing some repairs, and that facilities would respond to that as soon as possible. I don't even know what it was, but there's an example of the things that may or may not be gotten to if our maintenance employees are continuously being sent out to work in our elementary schools for staff that are out. Especially the staff, you know, I know there's a question always about, well, we have so many people out. They're out for legitimate reasons. And my last thing was to say thank you to everyone for the great start to the school year, to Superintendent McCaffrey, to all our administrators, and to all the principals and teachers, because the teachers really do a great job coming in fresh and new in September, and our students are all engaged and working. And I also want to ditto Darlene's thanks to those chosen people that were just for the District Teacher of the Year, because if she's still here, and she's probably not, it's a little late, but Heather Weberg has a great history of working with special education students here at VETS and wherever she's been. So I want to congratulate her for being a part of that. I think that says everything. If not, I'll send you an email. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Townsend.
Hello and good evening to the Warwick School Committee and school administrators. My name is Michael Bassett. I am a senior at Pilgrim High School, and I've been in the Warwick school system since Hoxie Elementary to Warwick Vets and now Pilgrim. I'm a multi-sport athlete who plays hockey and golf. I'm also a member in Pilgrim's VASA. I always reach my hand out to anyone who needs help, whether they ask for it or not. I'm here today to present to you my idea for my senior project for my uncle who has unfortunately passed away recently. I stand before you tonight to respectfully share an idea that will hope both honor my uncle, respectfully to share an idea that I hope will both honor my uncle. It is my hope to have this project serve as a meaningful senior project that I am committed to seeing through while honoring someone who has made a lasting impact on our community. My uncle, Jason Almeida, has recently passed away. His passing has been felt deeply by those who knew him, both in and out of the Warwick veterans community. Jason was not only an all-state athlete in football and wrestling during his time at Warwick Vets High School, but he later then returned to serve as a teacher, dedicating himself to the students in the school that shaped him. His commitment, leadership, and mentorship has left a lasting mark on countless lives. For my senior project, I would like to honor his legacy by pursuing the following initiatives: renaming the Warwick Vets School Gymnasium in his honor, recognizing athletic excellence and years of service to the school as a student and educator, and creating an installment, a commemorative plaque within the school, ideally near the gym, to pay tribute for his accomplishments and lasting impact. I am fully prepared to take on this project. I have help and support from my mentor, Ms. Campbell. She will help guide me to make smart and responsible decisions and actions towards the school. As part of my senior project responsibilities, I will organize and participate in fundraising efforts, coordinate any necessary planning or design work, and contribute in every way I can to ensure this tribute reflects the respect and appreciation our community has for my uncle. With your permission, I truly believe that honoring Jason Almeida in this way will inspire current and future students, and it would mean a great deal to his family, former colleagues, and the many students whose lives he has touched. I'll be happy to attend another meeting to discuss this further and provide additional information. Thank you for your time this evening and considering this proposal.
Mr. Bassett, yes, go ahead, Mr. Wiggins.
You could stay when this is over, and just, I'm not sure if that's what you were going to say. I don't know what I can say.
I was going to have another surprise, but that's fine. Let's go
You
ahead.
want to do a surprise? I'm not familiar with surprises. I thought I can't do surprises.
Go ahead.
But if you want to take the surprise, feel free.
No. All I was going to say was just I want to commend you for selecting this as your senior project. For those in the community unfamiliar, Mr. Almeida was a physical education teacher here at Warwick Veterans. This summer we did lose two incredible educators within our school district, and Mr. Almeida was one of them. So for you to pick this up as your initiative and identifying a way to recognize and honor him, that's very noble. And I commend you also. There's very few instances where we have young individuals come before the general public. You know, it's if you're not used to it, it could be a bit intimidating. And you spoke very well. Your thoughts are very well put together. But I can promise you that you'll be hearing from the superintendent's office for exploratory conversations.
Thank you.
Okay,
I also
thank you.
have, copies of the letter with my
Thank you
contact
very-
information.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you. Mr. Wiggins, you seem unhappy. Go ahead.
I'm not-
Please, please.
No. I'm just, whatever I think we can do to help Mr. Bissett, we should do, and be at his disposal at any time. He may know where I live, so I'm
It's public
certainly here to help. Ms. Gamble, I know is an incredible mentor, so I can't imagine him having a better person. But we're here, and this is an incredible venture you're going on, and I'm very proud of you, as always.
Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other members of the public wishing to comment?
Darlene Netco again. My condolences to you on the loss of your uncle, and condolences to all of Jason's family members and friends and all of everybody who knew and loved him. As I represent the Warwick Teachers Union, I offer that condolences on the behalf of the Warwick Teachers Union. I'm sure all his colleagues here at VETS miss him every day. He was a wonderful man, coach, teacher, educator, and so on. Good luck with your senior project. Senior projects are a difficult task sometimes for kids to pick a topic to do, and you've picked a very worthy topic, so good luck to you, and you do have a great mentor there. I hope she's not a tormentor, but I'm sure she'll be fine. I had gotten in line to speak, though, about the construction going on. Since I'm at Tollgate every day, I can report, you know, by visual inspection and then hearing and feeling the blasts, that progress finally is being made up there. And it's really exciting to hear that part of the foundation is going to be poured. Let's hope the Pilgrim campus starts seeing the same kind of work and improvement. I know having to mitigate the arsenic and then the remains of the cinder track and whatever was a setback. But I'm sure once this process starts, we'll start seeing, you know, the immediate improvement over there, and it'll be exciting to see the ground being moved and broken and trees ripped up, and hopefully no blasting because there's no ledge over there. And then just one more comment about the budget. We do have an outstanding finance department now. As I sat in all those budget commission meetings, I was astounded that somehow all of the personnel in this district were not properly accounted for. Whether, you know, if those that were being paid by grants, and just in general, I don't know how over the many years this district has been going on,
30 seconds.
we didn't have our personnel accounted for. So already there's a huge improvement there. And like I said, everybody should go out on September 22nd to the City Hall and advocate for what our schools need in order to run properly. Thank you.
Thank you. Bonus points tonight, Ms. Necco, for the humor. Nicely done. Are there any other members of the public wishing to comment? Any other members of the public wishing to comment? Maybe from the administration? No? Seeing none? Yeah, Mr. Kane does. He does. He was future meetings. Oh, geez. Future meetings. The next fiscal subcommittee meeting is Thursday, September 25th, 2025 at 3 p.m. The next health and wellness subcommittee meeting is Tuesday, September 30th, 2025 at 4 p.m. The next building committee meeting is Wednesday, October 1st, 2025 at 7:30 a.m. The next policy subcommittee meeting is Tuesday, October 7th, 2025 at 4:30 p.m. And the next monthly school committee meeting is scheduled for Thursday, October 16th, 2025 at 6:30 p.m. Being that there's no other matters of business before this body, I'm looking for a motion to move adjournment. Made by Mr. Testa, seconded by Ms. Hazelwood and Mr. Wiggins. All those in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? We're adjourned at 6:43.